All right, traders, Mike here with the watch list video for, let me figure out the date. Monday, July 15th. The SPY basically hanging out near all-time highs. A little bit of a little topping tail there, but who knows what that means. Let me slide this over for new members. Pause the video and please read it. I'm all about day trading, making my money between the bells, and that's what we do in the room. So we look for A-plus setups and so on. Just pause the video and read that. Let me go into what I'm watching for Monday. IVP, very, very strong. We definitely want to keep our eyes on that one. TOYO has only been trading for what, like 7 or 8 sessions, but it did gap up on Friday, closing below its open, but still had massive volume. I'm a day trader. I got to keep that one on watch. LGVN did put in a green candle, so I definitely want to watch it, right? It's a recent high flyer, put in a green candle. I actually managed to lose money on this one on Friday, right? I called it long right there. I think at 425, thinking that would be enough to get it through the high of day, which was 428, and it did. And I thought that might be enough because it's a recent high flyer, right? And it had good news the other day. I thought lighting up the new highs ticker might be enough to just get it going. So I took it long here, and I put my stop below the 520. So I literally long there, stopped out there, and then watched it run. It didn't exactly rip, but still I watched it run, nicely above where I bought it. Let me just say this, trading can be really frustrating. Sometimes you're trading and you feel like you're at a casino and you've poured $1,000 into a specific slot machine and just, lost 1,000, and then you step up, walk away, and then you watch, and an old lady sits down, pulls a lever one time, and wins 10 grand, right? Trading can feel like that. You're focused on one, you know it's a good setup, you like it, still end up taking a loss because you're protecting against the downside, and then watch it run without you. This isn't a great example because it didn't rip, but I'm telling you, I've taken losses in stocks that ended up being the biggest mover of the day. And so you definitely can feel like you just got up from a slot machine and then watch the next person cash out on a big jackpot. So believe me, it can be extremely frustrating. It's still worth it, right? There's no other game in town where you can make the kind of money you can make trading. And I still don't even feel like I did anything wrong. You've got to protect against the downside. What am I doing here? Let me go to the daily chart. So anyway, back to this. If I had to pick anything I didn't like about the setup, it would be that it had 2 red days after the gap up, right? So you're looking at a lot of people. Look at the volume here, over 100 million shares traded. You're looking at a lot of people still underwater in this thing by the time it broke that intraday morning high on Friday. And any little bounce can get sold as people try to take a little bit of their money back. So it does have some resistance in that regard. But anyway, let's go in. Let me just finish the watch list. LPA, which, come on. It ran to 525 here. Of course it shouldn't have. It had some kind of crazy secondary move and then went into just pure sideways action. But, and by the way, look at the volume difference that it did this on, and then all of a sudden, biggest volume ever on Friday. But let's go to 5-minute candles. It was a halter, what I call a serial halter. Every time it popped, it would halt. By the way, that was another frustrating thing. I was extremely close after this halt. It opened. I was extremely close to bidding in that 5 buy zone, or buying it right there. And then I watched it run like $4 or $5, and I didn't pull the trigger on that. So there's another example of hesitating and watching it run without me. Anyway, with all that said, I don't want to make this video me whining about everything that I screwed up on Friday. But we definitely, after that kind of intraday move, it didn't completely roll over. I think it's absolutely worth having on watch. Anytime something can move like that, if you're a day trader, you want to watch it. SOUN continues strength. It had this little shooting star looking thing on Thursday, and then Friday right back up. It's still extended, but that one should probably be on our watch list for a while. ANVS. What I'd like to see in this one, because he had this huge move, right, and then it pulled back, and we got a trade on this bounce that day. Now it's a red day again. What I'd like to see is maybe a bid down here mid buy zone, right? Maybe even a 10 flush. So we'll see what it does, but that's kind of what I'm looking for. AEHR is kind of interesting. Gapped up 3 sessions ago, and it's kind of just flagging here, right? So interesting over that level. ALT went to 803 on Thursday, and then on Friday, 8 even. So back through 8. Maybe we come up and retest this recent high of 849. There was a stake reported, I think, by State Street on this day, maybe, or this day. So, and one article came out about it being better for weight loss than Ozempic. Again, don't ever quote me on anything like this. I'm a day trader. I mostly trade the charts, but sometimes, you can't help but find out what's moving it. And I think you should, by the way. And the more I do this, the more I kind of want to blend the news and gauging the news plus the charts. I used to just completely ignore the news and think the chart told the whole story, but the more you do it, the more you realize certain headlines can really, really move a stock. So I'm starting to blend those a little bit better than I used to. VFS had this long base and then popped out on Thursday. Quiet inside day on Friday. By the way, Friday topped out at 499. Thursday 504, so maybe back through 5. This has another leg higher. We'll see. PSNY penny stock, kind of interesting. It broke out through $1 here, came back down, and is curling right back up. I'm not in love with that one because I don't really trade stocks in that price range, but I am going to watch it. The chart's interesting to me. And then QURE had a huge move, and now we got 2 red days on declining volume. I'm putting that on bounce watch, and that's it. We'll work together in the pre-market. I'll see everybody. I'll be there, I don't know, 6 a.m. So I can't start trading with Thinkorswim till 7, but hoping to catch some pre-market trades on Monday. So as always, we'll work together in the pre-market to look for gappers and talk about those in real time as well. That's it for me. Have a great weekend, and I'll see everybody on Monday.